Chapter 15, Documents of Home Trade. In this chapter, we are going to be studying about different documents that are required when there's a transaction that takes place between the buyer and the seller. So now it's from the letter of inquiry to, as we move further, we see that there's quotation or catalog, then there's the price list, order, delivery note, invoice, statement of account received, receipt, and trade credit note. This is the chronological order that we're going to be following when we're going to be discussing these documents of trade. Now, as we move further, we see that why are these commercial documents really needed? They are needed because we need a written record or evidence whenever a transaction takes place. Because if the claim has to be made by the buyer or the seller, then if you do not have a written evidence or record, then you cannot really make the claim. And if we move further, we would see that either the transaction is going to be done on the cash basis or on the credit basis. If it's done on the cash basis, then the cash is going to be immediately paid. But if it is done on the credit basis, then later it has to be paid. What is the document of inquiry? Basically, it's the very first document that is sent by the buyer. Who is sending the letter? It is sent by the buyer to the seller in order to obtain the information about the product that he is looking to buy or he's looking for. So he's going to be asking about maybe the feature of the product, the availability of the product, the price of the product, the color of the product. So he can really ask any question from the seller. So he's going to send this document, that is the letter of inquiry. And as we move further, we see that then in reply, there's the document that is sent by as a reply by the seller, that is known as quotation. It is the reply by the seller. So it's the reply by the seller to the buyer, providing the information that the buyer, the potential customer, was looking for. So that's a detail about the product, the price, and whatever the customer was interested to know. It's going to be providing that particular information. If there's a discount available, if there's a sale, when is the sale going to happen, whatever the buyer was looking in for that particular product. So he's going to be providing the information for it. Now, as we move further, we would see that then there are the catalogs. You must would have heard, we all have heard about catalog. So catalog is a basket that briefly describes, or it's a book that briefly describes about the features of the product, about the price of the product. They have attractive pictures on it which really attract or influence the consumers to buy a product. Then they have prices. Now it is a bit different from the price list because the price list does not have the pictures, whereas the catalogs have the pictures, the product range, the prices, the detailed features of the product, and the discounts available as well. Now, if we go back to the price list, we would see that the price list has the list of goods and services, recommended unit price, the discounts, the name, and the address, but it does not have the pictures. Now, in the next session, we're going to be discussing about the remaining documents. That's the order, it's the invoice, it's the receipts, it's the statement of account, and all the other things. And we're going to be separately talking about trade discount, cash discount, and market prices as well. Thank you.